Good afternoon, welcome back to the Man U Save. In this episode, got 3 games for you, starting off with an away game against Arsenal. We're then up against Leicester at home, and we'll round out the episode with the final group stage game of the Champions League against Inter Milan. Now, we played a fair few games since the last episode, and it leaves us in the Premier League in 3rd position. So we're looking pretty healthy, and we'll go through the results after this next game coming up. So, into the Arsenal game then. Lineups today. In goal, we have David De Gea. Back 4 of Luke Shaw, Eric Bailly in for the injured Victor Lindelof, Kostas Manolas and Darmian at right back. Just in front of them is Casemiro, with Pogba and Pereira our central midfielders for today. Juan Mata takes up the central attacking midfield position, and the front 2 will be Martial and Lukaku. Lukaku in for the injured Alexis Sanchez. So Arsenal kick us off. Not too much going on so far. We've had the better of the shots and not too bad on the possession front. But we get the first highlight as Shaw has it out on the left-hand side. Gets across in, Martial, good strike. Leno, good save. And the highlight ends for now. We're having a lot of shots again, as usual with our tactic. We're not quite making them stick at the moment. So we're approaching the end of the first half, and nothing really has happened so far. So, half-time then, 0-0. The stats mostly in our favour. 50th minute, and Luke Shaw has a throw-in. Pogba heads it back to him. He gets the cross away, but it's cleared by Ramsey. Andreas nicks it off of Ozil, and it's back to Casemiro. Luke Shaw in acres of space on the left-hand side, and Pogba finds him. Bellerin dispossesses him just before he could get the cross away. His clearance, though, straight to Manolas. And his pass straight to Iwobi. So a high-quality second half so far between us and Arsenal. He cuts it back. Ozil, powerful strike, puts it past De Gea. So Arsenal take the lead on the 51st minute. Pogba's not having a game to remember, unfortunately. And neither is Manolas, I think that was, on a 6.1. Mkhitaryan, a dubious tackle, but the ref has deemed it as fair as Welbeck drives towards the edge of the box. Great tackle there, and we come forward with Lukaku. Mata tries to play Martial through, but it's quite wayward in the end. Koscielny goes back to Leno, who clears it long towards Mkhitaryan. Shaw with the header, and he misses the second one. Mkhitaryan finds Welbeck, he drives into the box, and De Gea gathers. Going to look to make a change, I think. Not quite going our way. I reckon we're going to switch up the formation. Not quite working for the 2 strikers. We're going to bring on probably Lingard. Heading into the last 20 minutes, and we still trail. Not creating too much, unfortunately, but we have a highlight. Lingard finds Martial. He's tackled by Koscielny, but we get it back, and Shaw's pass intercepted by Mkhitaryan. More passed into Mkhitaryan, but oh well. And Denis Suarez finds Arsenal's second. Switch up the tactics once more. Going for a relatively new tactic that we're trying out. See if it can bring us back from the brink. There is the full-time whistle. So Arsenal take this game 2-0. Stats are reasonably even, so I think that result flatters them a little bit. But that's the way it goes sometimes, as we look forward to the next one. Okay, welcome back to the Leicester game. Decided to go for this one because I think it could be a little bit interesting, and their lineup is exceptionally defensive. They're going for a 3-5-1-1 with a defensive midfielder and 3 at the back. So they're going to be quite difficult to break down, but we will see how we manage it as we get the game underway with the restored Alexis Sanchez. He's just got back from injury, and Lukaku flattered to deceive in the last game. So we're giving Sanchez another run out. Mata with a free kick. saved by Schmeichel. Martial could have gone first time, but he was offside anyway. Maddison brings Leicester forward. Ricardo switches it out to Fuchs. Darmian goes to close down and gets it into Vardy, saved by De Gea, and then the follow-up is blocked by Eric Bailly. 35th minute then, and we haven't managed to capitalise on our early dominance. Okay, half-time then, the score remains 0-0. 12 shots to the 2 of Leicester and 5 on target to, again, the 2 of Leicester. But Young has a throw-in on the 46th minute, gets it in. Mata with a brilliant effort, and it beats Schmeichel. Took us 46 minutes, but we got there in the end, and we take the lead. So yeah, looking at the replay, Casemiro back to Young, brilliant low cross to Mata, and a first-time effort beats Schmeichel. 54th minute, we have another highlight as Casemiro plays it to Pereira, brilliant cross, Martial back post, in off the bar. A very well worked goal, brilliant cross from Pereira. There's a highlight on the 90th minute as Casemiro recovers the ball for us. Young's bombing down the left-hand side, but we opt to just play 1-2s between Bailly and Casemiro for a bit. Pereira does eventually find Young, and he cuts inside, finds Darmian in acres of space, and he has a rocket from the edge of the box, off the bar, bounce into the ground, and then into the back of the net. Young, brilliant pass to find Darmian, and an amazing first-time strike from him. And there is the full-time whistle. So we come away with a well-deserved 3-0 victory over Leicester. So let's check in with the table. That puts us currently into third position, ahead of Bournemouth and Chelsea. Both teams do have a game in hand, so they could leapfrog us again, but for now looking quite good. Now's probably a good time to have a look at the results before this episode. So the last game that we saw was the 1-0 away victory against Cardiff. Since then, we had a very convincing 4-2 win against Wolves in the Carabao Cup 4th round. So we're into the quarter-final, which will be against Bournemouth away. We also had a very disappointing loss to Lyon in the Champions League, where they thrashed us 3-0. And then that was immediately followed by a 4-2 loss to Liverpool at Old Trafford. We bounced back from those two though, got a good 3-1 win at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid, leaving us in a slightly precarious position in the Champions League, which, as we see, final game against Inter, which is coming up next. And we need to win. Okay, welcome back for the Inter Milan game. Our line-up today, De Gea in goal, a back four of Young, Phil Jones, Manolas and Darmian. Phil Jones replacing the unfortunately injured Eric Bailly. In front of him, the usual four of Casemiro, Pogba, Pereira and Mata. And up front, Sanchez and Martial. 25 minutes in, we've had a few shots, but nothing too incredible. Their winger's in acres of space, and he's eventually found. He gets the cross away, Icardi just wide. 36 minutes, we've got a free kick just inside our own half, as Young plays it to Casemiro. Young gets it back on the left wing, and he is tackled by Politano. Mata intercepts his pass. Sanchez on the edge of the box is tackled, but Young has it on the edge, gets the cross in. Andreas, first time effort off the post. Okay, half time and the score remains 0-0. We've had a reasonable amount of this game. The possession's very even. We've got a lot of shots away. They've just not been very accurate, unfortunately. We have restricted Inter to only a couple of shots, so that is some consolation. But we really need to find a goal in the second half. At Lyon, it is currently 1-1 at half-time. A goal from Asensio and from Lozano. It's okay for them to draw as long as we can win this one. So we get the second half underway. Highlight 2 minutes into the second half. A long ball out towards Darmian. Finds him just about. Crosses it into Martial at the back post. Just wide. Goal kick to Inter Milan. Corner on the 50th minute. Swung in. Partially cleared. Sanchez deflected effort into the bottom corner. So we take the lead, and as it stands, I believe that puts us second in the group and qualifying for the next round, as Asamoah is found in acres of space on the left. Perisic just ahead of him, goes direct towards Icardi, one-on-one with De Gea, and it's a great tackle from Jones. So we'll just get up the latest scores so we can keep track of the Real Madrid game. Still 1-1 as it stands, so we go through currently. Sanchez picks up a bit of a knock, but we'll keep him on as he's doing pretty well. We will look to bring Mata off though. Going to give Gomez a run. Also going to switch him to an advanced playmaker, just so he's a little bit more mobile. Still drawing in the Real Madrid-Lyon game. So we enter the last 10 or so minutes of this match. So we have a goal kick on the 85th minute. Casemiro back to De Gea. Closed down by Icardi, so it goes long towards Martial. He collects it, bit of space. He drives through their defence, cuts it back, but there's no one there. Pogba can get it, but he is dispossessed and the ball is cleared. Inter Milan can counter now with Politano. Icardi in a bit of space in the middle, with Perisic arriving at the back post, saved by De Gea. So we remain ahead, but it is getting a bit nervy as we enter injury time. Inter Milan with a free kick out wide. Skriniar at the back post. And Inter Milan equalise as Real Madrid take the lead. So we're going to have to go very attacking to find a goal as we are currently going out. There is a highlight. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do anymore, due to Real Madrid leading with Isco on the 91st minute. Only Lyon scoring and us scoring will put us through at this point, which seems unlikely, unfortunately. And the ref blows for full time. So we have gone out of the Champions League. Knocked out. Will potentially end up in the Europa League, but I'm not entirely sure how it works. So that's very disappointing. But on form for Man U, as Pereira apparently wants a new contract after that. After being knocked out of the Champions League, he wants a new contract. So you can sack your agent. That usually works. So, disappointing end to the episode then, as that leaves us out of the Champions League. But we are in 4th in the Premier League, so we are on course to qualify for the next season. But we are 8 points shy of Man City. I think we'll wrap it up there for this one. Next up in the league we've got Man City, but we'll probably skip forward to the Chelsea game on the 1st of January. Might look to see if we can do some transfers, but we've not got a phenomenal amount of money. About 20 million to spend, but we might be able to get 1 or 2 deals across the line. We shall see. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.